Hello, yes, we're. Hope you don't. There might be a slight echo here.
Since we're recording in my room.
Alex actually moved after nearly a year.
I've moved my room downstairs. After nearly a year of I'm working on it whenever he's home. And yeah, we finally got my bed moved in like last week.
Yeah. So Alex has been out. We're roommates now. I guess.
Kind of. In separate parts of the basement.
It's our domain.
I mean, we have a doorless little space connecting our rooms.
It's a man.
The basement's our man cave now.
But that's besides the point. Welcome back to Summer of Kirby.
And before anything else, this is Kirby's Adventure Ice Cream Island Remix. That's where by Wobbuffet 13. No, 3. Wobbuffet 3. Like the Pokemon.
Yeah. So, well, judging by that music, today we're going to be looking at
Kirby's Adventure / Nightmare in Dreamland.
Technically, this is Kirby's Dreamland 2.
Even though there was another game we're going to be reviewing next month that's officially called Kirby's Dreamland.
This is the sequel to Dreamland.
This is the official sequel to Dreamland.
So, as I mentioned in Kirby's Dreamland, it was a smash hit.
It was a smash hit Game Boy game. So
it improved the work at the time of the rather unknown at the time unknown developer.
Everybody's the crew of Sakurai.
So Kirby's Adventure was developed as an NES success.
Game Boy game.
Sakurai returned as director. Takashi Saito assisting designing. Hiroaki Suga was the lead programmer, while Satoru Iwata, Shigeru Miyamoto, and Shimizu were the producers. Iwata also provided programming assistance. Hal wanted to expand and Kirby's existing repertoire of moves. Kirby's Dreamland was designed for beginners, but as a result received criticism from players looking for a challenge. Kirby's Adventure, Sakurai wanted to retain simple gameplay but improve it so skilled players would enjoy it. This led to the creation of copy ability.
And of course they moved to the NES so they could so in terms of a sequel they have more powerful hardware.
The team hoped would allow players to experiment and to improve the replay value. Hal created over 40 copy abilities. After which they selected their favorites to include. Also had a mini game. It is a feature Kirby's moves. It was to give them an impression that Kirby's Adventure was a difficult game. And Kirby was given the ability to run faster or give a slight attack. The game was published by Nintendo Japan on March 23rd, 1993.
Yeah.
The NES, that's about 10 years after the Famicom was nearly 10 years old, and the Super Famicom was already out at the time.
So
this started a pattern.
Kirby tends to have late releases for consoles.
We'll see this as it goes on, but notable games include
Superstar,
Kirby's Dreamland 3, Kirby 64,
Kirby Planet Robobot.
I guess.
Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, which was, I'm pretty sure was the last first party. Was that the last?
Yeah, I think the last
first party 3DS game released.
Nintendo didn't even develop it.
It wasn't even officially developed by Nintendo.
Oh yeah! Don't forget Kirby's Return to Dreamland and on the Wii.
Oh, I forgot how late that was.
2011.
Yeah, 2 years before the Wii U came out.
1 year.
Only a year before the Wii U came out.
Oh yeah, and don't forget Kirby Mass Attack,
which is a late DS release and holds a special place in my heart. Though we won't be reviewing it. We won't be reviewing it this summer of Kirby since we can't have a guarantee for when I'll be able to get it on the Wii U eShop and officially 100% it.
But okay, introduction out of the way. Kirby's Adventure didn't really sell. I'm pretty sure didn't really sell that well.
Obviously,
it was 970,000 copies were sold.
I mean, yeah, it was a late release. this next song, by the way, is Butter Building Remix from Kirby's Adventure by M Dash and Tenkitsune.
What's the story? You're wondering.
By the way, that's spelled EMDASCHE.
Oh, this is quite a large summary, but just give me the bits.
So basically,
the intro tells you
that Kirby.
Yeah, remember how DDD wanted to start on all the food to himself from the last game? I think he's apparently got even worse. As at least to Kirby. He wanted to take a bath in the Fountain of Dreams.
And so he supposedly stole the Star Rod.
He split the Star Rod into pieces.
He split the Star Rod into pieces and scattered them, so nobody's having dreams anymore.
This shows DDD's selfish nature. He literally wanted to take a bath
in a sacred out and responsible for giving people good dreams.
Kirby, of course, well, as we'll find out later, DDD was actually trying to do something.
I was actually trying to help.
We're not his reputation.
And it didn't go too well. We'll go into detail when we get there.
Kirby's Adventure takes you across 7 worlds.
The first of which is Vegetable Valley. It's your standard. Open the tab. Right?
It's your standard grassy starting level.
Does it list what copy abilities are found there?
Well, remember there are only 3 in here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So
this is the.
Well, this is the. Yeah. So this
only
is the
one. We need to go over one.
Which is
UFO. No, wait.
We already went over UFO previously.
None of the. So yeah.
Well, nothing ain't too special since.
Remember we reviewed the modern era first.
The modern era of Kirby, and we've given all these abilities for these things.
Just the only difference being fire, ice. Fire and ice were two.
Fire and ice were both separated into 2 parts.
Burning and free is burning and
burning / fireball and freeze Kirby, giving it being the flaming dash and stationary ice or ice. Stuff surrounding Kirby before the another day.
Before Superstar or flying into the system.
Sort of expanded each ability. So, in this game, fire and ice were both just simple breath abilities.
So, but hey, there's also, and the boss is even the same.
The boss is Wispy Woods, as usual.
It's nothing special.
Wispy Woods is exactly the same as the last game, so...
this is where you can find something, and via an exploit, but only on the NES version.
So we give Wispy an 8, like in the last.
Yeah. So, I completely forgot. I will talk about summary. In 2003, Kirby's Adventure was remade for Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, it's called
Kirby Nightmare and
Dream.
And this which added new content and updated the game and made the game more.
Polished the game and updated the game's graphics and fixed several bugs.
But at the expense of one thing.
The Howl Room, which was normally triggered by
an exploit.
An exploit. You see, if you walked backward, you see at the end of the second, at Vegetable Valley Stage 2.
No, the player can be.
If you wait enough time, if you wait long enough and then go back. And despawn the warp star. As a failsafe, the game lets you move forward into a room with blocks that spell out how the development.
This was a series staple.
And I'm pretty sure every single main series Kirby game has a HAL room.
It is a Nightmare, however, it's fully coded in Nightmare in Dreamland.
But due to the lack of this exploit, it's inaccessible.
But it's either way. The HAL room. Just wanted to point it out.
The HAL room doesn't contain anything particularly interesting.
I mean, this was the first game with it.
It's just a.
It was just there was a fail. It existed in this game as a fail safe.
And you can also, all that's there other than the blocks of the single broom hatter on the L.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing real. Yeah, vegetable battle.
So we didn't list off the copy abilities here.
Yeah.
As for what copy abilities you can obtain in Vegetable Valley, you can. There's Beam, Burning / Fireball, Crash, Cutter, Fire, Freeze, Needle, Spark, Sword, and UFO.
Oh, yeah, like I said, we've gone over all of these.
We've gone over all of these abilities. Technically, we haven't gone over Burning, but we covered it in fire.
It's half of fire.
It's half of fire, so.
So, vegetable. What do you rate Vegetable Valley?
So, I'll rate Vegetable Valley. Hey, it's a good starting level.
Yeah.
So, next, afterwards, you move on to Ice Cream Island. The second world of the game. So, yeah. And the list of abilities here
is
well, okay. We have Wheel, UFO, Tornado, Sword, Stone, Spark, Sleep, Needle, Mike, Fire, Crash, Burning, Beam, and 2 new abilities that we haven't yet rated.
First one.
The first one is Ball.
This is
It's a weird, super fun ability to mess around with. It's practically not good at all, since if you're in any areas with hazards,
yeah,
those will be flying all over the place. But in closed off rooms with tons of enemies but no spikes or pits, then this is a really good ability to have. But when you're in any other situation, it's kind of a huge risk.
It's situational.
Oh, but honestly, I've given it an 8 just for the fact that it's so fun to use.
Well, it wasn't Kirby wasn't meant to be a ball.
Yeah.
Well, not yet at least.
Yeah, Kirby wasn't meant to be a ball. Well, not yet at least. But
that's about 10 years off from that.
About 10 years off from that. Really?
Yeah.
2003?
2004.
4. 5. We were 12 years off from that. But anyways, the other ability is Laser. Laser, well, Kirby puts on a visor and fires laser, which bounces off of corner. Which bounces off of... Which changes its angle by 90 degrees whenever it hits a slope.
It's, weird.
It's weird and not extremely practical. It's really only used for hitting enemies in weird spots.
There's a reason this ability didn't really return.
Very rarely return. Yeah, this ability is just, especially in this game where there's not really many places where it's just that are designed with it in mind, and to make use of its wall bouncing. Yeah, it's kind of an underutilized ability. I'll give it a 5.
And what about the boss here?
Now, the boss here is Paint Roller, which is a boss that, well, there are 4 canvases in the room. And Paint Roller is, well, this round orange guy on roller skates that rolls around the room, going from canvas to canvas and painting enemies.
Yeah.
He sends after you.
Yeah, it's
be careful while he's moving across the room because if he runs into you, he'll obviously damage you.
Yeah, definitely definitely more interesting.
Definitely making things a little more interesting. It's still pretty easy though, especially the fact that if memory serves, you can just get behind him while he's painting and spam attacks on him. So yeah,
What about the mini bosses?
I'll give him a 7. We don't really rate mini bosses in Kirby games, remember?
Alright. Alright, so so what would you rate Ice Cream Island?
Alright, Ice Cream Island and a 7. It's a fun stage, but again, it has water in it, so. I've never been a huge fan of water levels in most games.
Next up is, well, the theme you're listening to right now.
Butter building. Oh, how iconic. In this level, there's a huge variety of abilities. You have beam, burning, crash, cutter, fire, freeze, hammer, high jump, ice laser, or Mike Needle, parasol, spark, stone, sword, and wheel, in addition to 2 more new abilities.
These are weird ones.
These are weird ones.
Let's go over the most
backdrop. Kirby, he dashes at the enemy. Kirby, he dashes himself towards an enemy, and then suplexes it backwards after he comes into contact with it. It does not work on larger enemies. It does not work on mini bosses or bosses.
So it's pretty useless.
So, in other words, if you come across a mini boss or boss, you're probably going to need to drop the ability. I think you might be able to suplex projectiles. But, I'll check. I'm checking. That's a pretty important thing.
This way to become suplex Kirby?
Yeah. Which is basically the same. Yeah, it can be used to throw projectiles, but it's really finicky to hit bosses with. Against enemies, it's fun, but it's not very practical, like like balls. Once again, I'm giving this one a 7.
And then there's there's this one.
Light.
What does it do again?
It lights up dark rooms. There's only 3 or 4, 2 to 4 dark rooms in the entire game. And it doesn't even damage any enemies.
It's useless.
And if you know the layout of the room already and where the hidden doors and stuff are, it doesn't serve a purpose.
Also, on a side note, this is where you're introduced, where the game has secret switches that you can press.
Well, I'm pretty sure light might just be the worst Kirby ability.
Oh my...
Worse than sleep even. At least in one game, sleep heals you. I'm not... Yeah. We'll get into that game later, but...
Yeah, this is, this is terrible.
Yeah.
It's worthless. What's your rating?
1. It's pointless. It's just such a useless ability. Anyways, the boss here is... The boss here is Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. These two... They're sun and moon with with limbs and with hands, feet, and faces. Well, only the one who's active has those features. The other will just appear as a normal sun or moon.
Yeah.
Mr. Shine being in the sun, Mr. Bright being the moon.
This is a...
You see, depending on which one's active, I'm pretty sure, I think they have the same attack pattern when the active ones have the same attack pattern as each other. But their passive ability is different depending on which one it is. You see, Mr. Shine fires a laser. Hovers around and then fires a laser directly down, spawning on 2 projectile stars that you can use to hit the boss if you want a copy ability. And Mr. Bright causes stars to rain down from the sky. And it's arguably the more dangerous of the 2 passive one.
Yeah.
Either way, once you defeat one, the other one will, once you defeat one, that one will stay in an passive form for the rest of the battle. Or just doing the projectile attacks, and the other can't switch to passive form. For example, if you defeat Mr. Shine, he'll just continue to float in the sky shooting lasers, and Mr. Bright will never switch to passive form, and and once you beat him, they both crash into each other and explode.
Now that's a boss fight.
This is one of my favorite Kirby bosses.
This is what it shows the creativity we have. Instead of an elemental creature, just some normal creature with an element thrown on.
We have the literal sun and moon working together to beat or fight Kirby.
Oh my god! What would you rate
It's
it?
such a cool boss fight. I'm giving this one a 10.
What would you rate Butter Building?
I'll give Butter Building a 10 too. It's a classic, memorable stage. And it's fun, and for good reason too.
Not to mention it's salt.
Not to mention the music is amazing. So yeah.
Next up is a grape garden. Are you noticing a pattern here?
Well, we'll point it out once it got over World 7.
Grape garden.
The Grape Garden has the ball, beam, burning, crash, cutter, fire, freeze, high jump, laser, light, mic, needle, parasol, sleep, spark, stone, sword, or tornado, UFO, and wheel
There's
abilities.
only one.
With one new ability, throw.
What does throw do again?
Alright, Kirby sucks in an enemy and spits it out as a projectile.
What? What the fuck is the point?
Literally the only difference between this and his normal copy ability is that these are piercing projectiles. Also can only be stopped by walls.
What the fuck? Yeah, I honestly thought throw was just some version of in a backdrop.
Throw is the most. Is like the most. If light's the most useless ability,
This is the most redundant.
Throw is the most redundant ability.
This is what do you rate it?
It's just so
Pointless.
pointless. Yeah. There are very few occasions where you need to have a star that can pierce things. You're only really usually going to be using stars to destroy things in boss fights. And in boss fights, you're only going to be targeting one character at a time.
So what would you rate this?
So there's literally no point. I'm giving it a 5. It doesn't need to exist. It's not technically the worst ability, but it's pointless.
And the boss here is.
And the boss here is Kracko.
We've gone over Kracko.
We've already gone over Kracko.
His fight is his fight any different?
I'm trying to remember. Let me rack my brain right now. I don't believe the fight is very. I'm checking. Alright, Kracko. In Kirby's Adventure, Kracko. Before the actual fight begins, Kirby has to ascend in a bunch of clouds. Oh, you can also inhale Star Mist and to get the high jump ability to scale faster. Once you reach the top, Kracko Jr. will surround himself with more clouds and turn into his full form. He rains down lightning bolts, summons in Starman, and sweeps across the ground.
It's basically the same fight.
High jump is conveniently enough the most recommended ability for this fight, since Kracko spends most of his time in the air.
Yeah.
Rather than when he's doing a sweeping attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing much to say.
Nothing much to say. Fight. I'm gonna fight the same rating as the last video. I don't remember what that rating was, but yeah. Anyways, moving on. Next we have Yogurt Yard. Great Garden. I'm gonna rate Great Garden a 7. I don't really remember much of it. I don't remember having any huge trouble with it.
Next level.
All right.
Noticing anything?
In Yogurt Yard, you have access to the abilities Ball, Beam, Burning, Crash, Cutter, Fire, Freeze, Hammer, High Jump, Ice, Laser, Light, Needle, Parasol, Sleep, Spark, Stone, Sword, Tornado, and Wheel. No abilities to go over here. Yeah.
Oh, what's the boss here?
No. Once you read the boss here is the boss here is Heavy Mole. This robot that has two powerful saw blades is his arms, but it extends one at a time to carve out tunnels. Yes. Apparently, Heavy Mole was responsible for digging into the mountain before you took him out. So,
Where'd you rate him?
I'll rate this boss a 6. It can be kind of annoying. Especially, particularly if you're trying to fight him without any ability.
What did you?
He spawns these mini moles. You have to inhale and spit back at him, which is pretty hard to do when he's constantly moving up and down. And since you can't hover while you have something in your mouth, it becomes an even bigger risk as you could be easily crushed by the moving level.
That's for Yogurt Yard?
Yeah. As for Yogurt Yard, I'll give it an 8. There's quite a bit of variety in this world. No, 9. I'll give it a 9. There's quite a bit of variety in this world. Yeah. The next world is Orange Ocean. Fun. So yeah, it's a water level. I rated a 5. I'm not a huge fan of water levels. But let's go over the abilities. Here we have Ball Beam, Burning Crash Cutter, Fire Freeze Hammer, or High Jump Ice, Laser Needle, Parasol, Spark Stone, Sword, Throw, Tornado, UFO, and Wheel. Huh. As for the boss, us, you fight Meta Knight.
Oh, and well, you've actually seen this guy throw.
You forgot to mention that this guy, the Meta Knight, shows up out the game and sends his minions after you.
Well, I'm creating a name.
Named the Meta Knights. Very 10 out of 10 naming there.
In fact, Meta Knight, that's what Meta Knight's design. I'm the bat-like appearance was originally,
Well, originally Meta Knight was more butterfly-like instead of bat-like. A little thing that was actually referenced recently in Star Allies.
That's
So yeah.
Meta Knight, you have no, as you notice, in the fight with Meta Knight, you have no choice. He will not battle you.
No, the fight with Meta Knight, he won't battle you unless you pick up the sword in the middle of the room.
Yep.
You have to fight Meta Knight with sword.
Oh, he's playing fair.
Yeah, he's trying. He wants an even duel.
Yeah, Meta Knight. Fighting in this game is weird.
Is what?
In terms
Yeah,
of
siding.
sighting. He seems to want to getting away.
Hey, but at some points he comes to help you out.
Meta Knight's classify Meta Knight.
I guess he's kind of a rival.
Meta Knight's more of a rival than So, as for Meta Knight, I'm pretty sure when Meta Knight first debuted, he didn't have his iconic wings.
Yeah. No, you obviously fight him
with sword and, well, as for the fight,
like, it's pretty exciting actually.
yeah.
It's a sword duel with Meta Knight. Sometimes when you swing your sword, I believe he'll block off the attacks with his own sword. So,
This is.
So you gotta time your attacks a little.
You can make a fight with one of their simple abilities.
They design. That's the thing. They design a fight around a specific ability. Which is super cool. I kind of wish they'd done that more.
Yeah. Any other games do that?
Off the top of my head, I can't really recall. I'm sure, or there's something I'm forgetting.
They try to do this again. The same thing.
In some future games, the same thing is possible. But if you wait long enough, in future games, Elizabeth Knight will jump down and knock the sword away since you obviously don't want it. 10.
A very
memorable fight. Hey, much better than the actual stage he's in.
Most iconic characters. And one of the most feared. Feared if you know what I'm talking about.
Anyways, the next and final stage is Rainbow Resort.
Did you get it? Catch it?
VIBGYOR.
Wait a minute.
ROYGBIV, as in the colors of the rainbow.
This is the game that
Which is tied together by the last stage being called Rainbow Resort. This is the first Kirby game to have the first have a meaningful they have meaningful level names.
Yeah. And some games don't do it.
Games are on and off about it.
Other examples include the Modern Trilogy.
The Modern Trilogy, Canvas Curse, and I'm sure there's more, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, Crown, the Program, and
Program,
Rainbow again.
Rainbow and Canvas Curse.
And I thought that was in Triple Deluxe.
Well, that's Flower.
Flower.
Yeah. Crown, Flower, Program, Friend, and Star Allies is the second level world.
Yeah.
World, and in Canvas Curse, Rainbow.
Yeah, it's kind of on and off with it. But okay, as for Rainbow Resort, isn't it this is one of the hardest.
This is the hardest level in the game, and obviously it's the final level.
But yeah, and the boss here, and as for the ability.
Yeah, the abilities you can get here are Backdrop Ball, Beam Burning, Crash Cutter, Fire Freeze, Hammer Ice, Laser Mike, Needle Parasol, Sleep Spark, Stone, Sword, Throw, Tornado, and Wheel.
And the boss here is.
And the boss here
is
King Dedede. That's not until the post.
Okay.
Okay, sure. And well,
the final boss, the boss us at the end of this
is King Dedede. This is a. By the way, this is a remix called Fountain of Dreams Epic Orchestral Arrangement, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Ediern by the channel E Music Productions. So.
Yeah, this theme was added in A Nightmare on Dreamland, which, fun fact, was as you're here,
this theme was taken directly from Melee.
Yes, this theme first appeared in Melee and was added. I'm guessing in the original they had Dedede's battle theme.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
So Dedede is
about the same as the first game.
Amen.
He's a tough but fair final boss.
Or so you think.
Or so you think.
Kirby.
By the way, Dedede still gets a 10.
Kirby puts the Star Rod together, and Dedede is dragging him. Is
trying to drag him
away.
Trying to drag Kirby away and stop him from reassembling the Star Rod. Kirby ignores him, thinking he just doesn't want on his playtime to be over.
But
after reassembling the Star Rod, a hellish creature shows up out of nowhere and steals and corrupts the Fountain of Dreams.
Kirby,
It turns out Dedede was trying to stop this creature called Nightmare from cursing Dreamland with horrible nightmares.
Yeah, Dedede did nothing. Albeit he tried to take a bath in the fucking fountain.
Dedede still did try to take a bath in the fountain, probably thinking he deserved it after helping Dreamland.
But
it turns out he stopped people from having dreams, so they couldn't be plagued by horrible nightmares.
Dedede this is the first in the series with is with the trope.
Of Kirby blaming deity for something that's not actually useful.
Deity was trying. Deity was the hero here.
No, deity wasn't.
He was actually the real hero.
Was actually the real hero here.
So yeah. Oh yeah. Does Kirby go immediately after Nightmare? No. No. Deity inhales him and spits him out.
Deity he inhales Kirby with the Star Rod and spits him out at Nightmare.
Yep, Kirby needs to be forced into things.
DDD has to force Kirby to go after him. You did this.
Yeah.
Just fix your mess.
Okay, so as for Nightmare, it has two phases.
The first phase is this orb that fires off shots at you, and I believe it switches from side to side, fires stars at you, and yeah.
Yeah. And then the second phase is
really
reveal. It's Nightmare. Nightmare is true form.
He still fires energy at you, obviously, and teleports all over the place. Normally he has his cloak closed, but you have to have him. But you have to hit him while his cloak is open and he has his true body exposed. Overall, he doesn't take too long to beat, and it's not that hard of a boss.
Yeah.
Boy, if it isn't cool.
Nightmare.
Have you seen the visuals in this battle?
Oh,
it's quite a spectacle to behold.
Yeah. Well, so with that, so Nightmare gets. Fight
itself is rather easy, but it's still really cool. So,
well,
I'll give it 10.
And Rainbow Resort.
Rainbow Resort, it's a really hard final level.
Remember, this was back before the modern era.
Kirby was not afraid to have.
Kirby's meant to be a simple game people can play, but.
But simplicity doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
I mean, honestly, compared to the shit people give Kirby nowadays,
compare the difficulty of Kirby's Adventure / Nightmare and Dreamland to the difficulty of Kirby Star Allies.
Yeah, that's not a good comparison.
Yeah. Nice. Well, granted, the modern games still have hard as balls extra content.
Well, this was actually the first game to have actual extra content. We didn't even mention the mini games.
Well, you see, there's 3 mini games. Crane Fever, Egg Catcher, and Quick Draw.
They're pretty simple.
Crane Fever, so you have a crane game. And depending on what you pick up with the crane, you either get anything ranging from nothing to a few extra lives. So, quick draw. As soon as it's a quick draw mini game.
And egg catcher is
egg catcher. Kirby has to strategically open and close his mouth to get as many eggs in as possible without catching. But the game ends if you accidentally let a bomb in.
Oh, I remember this one. More specifically, a Flash version.
You remember the Flash game version of this mini game.
But yeah, afterwards you have an extra mode where Kirby has half health, right? And that's the only different. Oh, fuck me, not this again. Fuck me, it started here.
And you have an arena.
It's nothing like the arena you'd see in later games.
I don't believe you have access to copy abilities.
And you got to do it on one health without healing.
Alright, you got to do it all without healing.
Extra mode started here, guys.
I'll replay Butter Building for this part.
Extra games.
This is where extra mode started.
There's you have half health and barely any different, and it's not real, and nothing else changes.
Yeah.
Not even the bosses don't even get harder. Well, they're artificially harder, or the fact after you have less health.
But the bosses themselves don't change.
Yeah, that's
standard extra mode.
Not real, but Nightmare and Dreamland and
added 8.
Let me explain. extra mode would exist when you beat extra mode in the original. You unlock the sound test.
But since the sound test is already unlocked to be in the main game, I believe.
No, from the start.
It's already unlocked from
They
the start.
decided to give you a better reason.
Meta Nightmare.
This was the first time I'm pretty sure in the series
where someone other than Kirby he was playable or had a campaign.
Yeah, this and well,
not was playable since we still have stuff like being able to ride on DVDs back in crystal shards.
Or is there extra mini? What?
We're doing a video. It's almost over.
Okay. Okay. So thing is, and yeah, this is the first. This was before. Yeah, this predates it's Helper to Hero from from Superstar Ultra.
So yeah.
So Meta Nightmare is well, it's not what you think it is.
You just play through the same game, but with Meta Knight.
And the game was
not really designed for him. He has a bigger hit.
Oh yeah, you gotta beat the game without saving.
Yeah, you get saved. Also, I forgot to mention something. There, the game has switches that that give you access to mini games, copyability rooms where you can get a copyability for free, and mini boss possibilities where you can fight a mini boss and be rewarded with a maximum tomato, and obviously the ability to take their ability.
Yeah, this is Meta Nightmare was and also Meta Knight only has 3 health. Can't you do it in one sitting?
I played a Meta Nightmare in one sitting on the Wii version.
And when you beat King Dedede...
also, you don't fight Nightmare who's Meta Knight.
Compared to the later or extra campaigns...
Where you had a completely different final boss.
Each final boss. This isn't the same.
No.
No, they don't do that here.
Still, that's it.
But is it worth playing the game twice?
In my opinion, yeah, it's pretty fun running around as Meta Knight.
Albeit his hitbox was... he has a much larger... It's hard... Yeah, I thought the game didn't get hard enough with extra mode.
Oh, he's going to be getting hit a lot, which is tough with his half health.
Alex didn't have restore point.
I have restore point, so...
I said he played on a virtual console.
Still.
Yeah, this was... So, did you rate the mode?
Yeah, I'll give this mode an 8. It has its flaws, but overall it's pretty fun.
I mean, it was the first game to do this.
The first game to do this, so obviously it was not going to be perfect.
This will later be refined. Meta Knight would go on to have two campaign, two solo campaign in the future.
One in Superstar Ultra and one in Planet Robobot. Well, 3 if you count Star Eyes as guest star mode.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that can of worms.
Sometime soon. Trust me.
It's not soon, but
sometime.
So with that being said, time for the score. Or in gameplay,
10. It's a fun game.
Gameplay, it was definitely refined.
It was refined. It was even better refined than in Dreamland.
With more, the whole point of giving Kirby copy abilities
was to add more variety and replay value to the game, which it definitely did.
And music. It's a fucking Kirby game.
And the soundtracks in Kirby games are always amazing. And there's so many classics in this game.
It's not part of the score, but graphically for the NES, for NES standards,
or it's just like Dreamland for Game Boy.
This is a late NES title. They had a lot of
it's pretty. There's a lot going for it there.
But the game, the game's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the remake isn't too bad either.
No, the remake isn't too bad either. Having the same in graphic in art style is amazing. Mirror.
They're so. Oh, with that, yeah, graphics aren't important to make here.
So,
but overall,
I get Nightmare in Dreamland.
Slash Adventure.
Slash Kirby's Adventure. A 10. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Alex actually finished the game recently.
Yeah. It does get draining playing the same game 3 times.
But hey, he did it. And well, we'll see you on.
Anyways, we'll see you on the 30th for a review of Kirby Canvas.
First spin-off in the marathon.
Our first spin-off in the marathon.
Jumping ahead in time.
Our first of 2 spin-offs in the marathon. So,
that being said, I'm Nozarin.
And I'm Amarai. And bonjour, my wonderful viewers. See you in the next video.
Yeet.
Yeet.